Hello and welcome to TopX, where we count down the very best that YouTube has to offer. Today we're showcasing a whole bunch of stuff that you should not try at home, as we're counting down our picks for the top 10 YouTube Daredevil channels. For this list, we decided to exclude channels that mainly focus on traditional extreme sports, like skateboarding or snowboarding. We are, however, including a mix of large company channels and smaller user-run channels, although we're not grading them based on their production value alone. We graded our picks based on a mix of user votes, personal preference, subscriber numbers, and general impact on the YouTube community. Number 10, Damien Walters. Flipping off our list is Damien Walters, whose stunts are not so impressive just for the death-defying acts that he performs, but rather for the sheer physicality with which he demonstrates in them. That's not to say he doesn't risk life and limb, but while other Daredevils have a lot of stunts where you go, I could probably do that if I wasn't so scared, rarely is there something in a Walters video that you think you could probably pull off. A professional stuntman by trade, Damien is Mr. Flips. His videos combine parkour, free running, and gymnastics to great effect. Watching stunt after stunt go by is enough to impress even the most hardened of skeptics. What's interesting about Damien Walters' videos is that he likes to incorporate a lot of interesting settings and locations in his videos. By incorporating things that you're familiar with as a viewer, it gives a lot of weighty context to the stunts. He flips over cars, or he'll be next to the edge of a building, and that gives it a lot of, like I said, context, which helps add an element of danger because you're familiar with these things. Number 9, On the Roofs. In case you didn't guess, this next entry may be a bit of a trigger warning for those of you who are afraid of heights. And just so you know, this won't be the last. As I've just alluded to, the guys from On the Roofs like to get up on the roofs. Basically, their shtick is they like to climb skyscrapers or structures and film the results. It's about as safe as it is legal, as in, it's not. But it is impressive and fun to watch if you have the stomach for it. What sets On the Roofs apart from some of their other tower climber contemporaries is their technical prowess. Their videos resemble slickly edited music videos rather than sloppily edited camera phone stuff. Their high-quality cameras and even the drone shots they use sometimes really help elevate their videos to new heights. Their technical know-how also feeds into the content of their videos, not just the form. For example, in their What's Up Hong Kong video, after reaching the top of a Hong Kong skyscraper, they hack into the video feed of one of the billboards at the top of the skyscraper. This mastery of tech really makes their videos a lot more watchable. Number 8, GoPro. While we did say that you shouldn't try any of this at home, we do come here to one exception, a channel that's essentially encouraging you to go out and try some crazy stuff. One thing that almost every entry on this list has in common is GoPro footage. Now, in case you didn't know, GoPros are tiny, waterproof, shockproof little HD cameras that can go pretty much everywhere. Now, seeing as these are the staple for extreme sports and Daredevils all over the world, it makes sense that the manufacturer would set up a website designed to show off the footage that people get with their product. While their videos admittedly double as ads for their product, the sheer amount of variety and creativity in their videos just can't be ignored. Traditional extreme sports aside, you'll find everything from guys flipping off of cliffs, to people riding sharks, to surfing pigs in their videos. Number 7, Storm Free Run. Storm is a team of free runners from the UK who all work as professional stuntmen. both in television, films, and even working as consultants. They're a channel that focuses heavily on the individual skills of each performer. Their showreel, for example, features personalized introductions for each runner. One thing you'll notice right off the bat is their gorgeous production value. They definitely put a lot of effort into creating really beautiful content, just in a purely visual sense. This added production value, along with their experience in the industry, has led to some rather ambitious projects. For example, a lot of their videos attempt to tell a story, a narrative, which serves as a really interesting and original backdrop to the insane stunts they're in. Number 6, Red Bull. Coming in at number 6, we switch gears again to another enormous company with an enormous amount of resources at their disposal, Red Bull. As Red Bull is a large company, not a specific team of daredevils or single individual, their videos focus on using their seemingly limitless resources to set up crazy stunts that have never been done before, both in terms of danger factor and elaborate composition. Illegal or not, a lot of people can break into skyscrapers. It takes a certain amount of cash to send a guy to space and then drop him.
Jump her away.
While we did say we were excluding traditional extreme sports, which are definitely heavily featured on Red Bull's channel, we still decided to include them because their stunts often exit the scale of what extreme sports usually accomplish. Red Bull's videos are a great example of what you can pull off when you have all the money in the world to spend. Number 5, James Kingston. Being just a single person, James Kingston doesn't have the resources to go into lower atmosphere or climb Mount Everest. But what he lacks in cash, he makes up for with the size of his giant balls. While his channel does feature some rather impressive parkour, James Kingston has climbed this high on this list by climbing. Specifically, climbing really tall things and then taking selfies. So, remember when I said that a lot of these crazy people like to use GoPros? James Kingston is a good example of this. While other channels like to use camera crews and elaborate setups to make visually stunning clips, Kingston uses a simple GoPro to record first-person footage that really makes you feel like you're there. If the dizzying footage from the climbing sections of his little adventures weren't enough to turn your stomach, James Kingston likes to push his luck by hanging monkey bar style off of the structures he's climbed. Remember when we said don't try this at home? This is what we're talking about. Number 4, Chris Doogs MacDougall. If the last entry made you feel queasy, this next one will either make you feel a lot better or a whole lot worse. That's because while people like James Kingston like to climb very high things and then stand close to the edge, people like Chris MacDougall's like to climb very high things and then fall off. As you can see, Chris MacDougall's is a base jumper, meaning his whole shtick is jumping off of really high things, and then parachuting, or better yet, wingsuiting his way to safety. And you, lucky viewer, get to watch it from the comfort of your own home. BASE, in case you didn't know, stands for Building, Antenna, Span, or Earth. And Chris and his buddies definitely cover all of those bases. Their insanity is perhaps only rivaled by their variety. They've clearly traveled all over the world, jumping off of anything and everything they can. Chris MacDougall is also no amateur. He's about as pro as a base jumper as you could ever find, having performed over 2,900 jumps in over 40 countries. Number 3, Mustang Wanted. Mustang is a Ukrainian climber who, much like James Kingston, likes to climb very high structures in order to give you the wim-wams. But he edges out his competition just barely by climbing even bigger structures and acting even more foolish when he gets to the top. Now, I say foolish because while most people wouldn't have the stones to just look over the side of some of these structures, Mustang likes to hang over the side and then just do a couple of chin-ups or maybe even hang by one hand. You know, for fun.
The same old song, you just don't progress. You won't confess that you all fame obsessed. I've seen it all, and I'm far from impressed. I get a lot of...
Ukrainian by descent, Mustang is definitely not his real name and is most probably a pseudonym. However, the wanted part probably comes from the fact that he definitely does not have permission to be in the places he films his videos. One stunt in particular saw him climb a very tall Russian building, plant the Ukrainian flag at the top, and then paint the spire Ukrainian blue. This clearly did not go over well with the Russian authorities. Number 2, Jeb Corliss. Jeb Corliss is an American professional base jumper and skydiver who, like MacDougall, is a fan of the wingsuit. Unlike MacDougall, who likes to jump off of crazy high things, Corliss takes it one step further by flying through or sometimes very close to crazy things. His jumps are so perilous, he's even set a world record or two. In 2011, he became the only person in the world to have flown through a waterfall in a wingsuit. In 2013, he flew through a narrow gap between two peaks in China. It's not all fun and games for Jeb though. He actually lost a friend during a stunt in 2003 and has had many near-fatal injuries himself. However, watching his videos, you'll think it's a miracle he's still flying today. There's a lot of crazy people out there doing a lot of crazy things, so here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1, Devin Supertramp. One thing you'll immediately notice on Devin Supertramp's channel is the amazing crisp quality of his videos. Those of you that like to complain that WatchMojo doesn't have HD videos will be happy to know that Devin Supertramp uploads his videos in resolutions up to 4K.
And I'm walking, I'm talking, I'm on the phone, not nobody to talk to.
Although you might think that pointing out the quality of the clips is an odd thing to bring up first and foremost, it's actually one of the only common themes that links all of his content. Although an extreme style is definitely common throughout, the variety of stunts and activities showcased on Supertramp's channel is staggering. The world's largest rope swing, water jetpacks, ziplining across a football stadium, you name the insanity, he's probably got crazy beautiful footage of it. Another thing you'll find on his channel is sponsored branded content for video games, which features real-life actors reenacting stuff from video games. Some of these fit the Daredevil bill, like real-life Assassin's Creed parkour, and some of it doesn't. It's all really cool though. You may notice that a lot of the stunts you see on his channel actually don't involve huge elements of danger, and that's also no accident. Graham's stated desire is to create videos of experiences that are larger than life, but still relatable. He wants his videos to look like things that his viewers could actually do, with an emphasis on fun over danger. It's this relatable nature of his videos, along with the staggering quality and amazing variety, that allows this channel to gain our top spot. That's it for this episode of TopX. We hope you found something fun to watch. Be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com and don't forget to vote on our suggest page for future episodes of TopX.